I tell you what, for the 25th celebration of the Southern Peanut Growers Conference, you could not have asked for a better location than the Westin Savannah Harbor Golf Resort and Spa. Amidst this picturesque setting, the theme of this year's conference, Rollin' on the River, each state offering its own delicious take on the nut. Georgia peanuts, of course, being my favorite, and the favorite of Joe Botiford, chairman of the Georgia Peanut Commission.
Attendees are really enjoying it, but it's certainly a different flavor here to be in Savannah, Georgia, close to home for me. And it's just a wonderful conference, and hope we continue to do for another 25 years.
Here in Savannah, it's a great food scene. I love Savannah for the food and an opportunity to get out, and then to think about the commerce that is so important to each of us here in the state of Georgia, that all of these containers put us right in touch with the rest of the world. And 3% of the volume we learned today was peanuts going through the container port here in Savannah.
Just the ability to get together and to communicate. Farmers learn more from farmers like themselves than do from most anyone else. They love researchers, but obviously they like to talk about people. What are you doing? And they obviously like to brag on their production and how can I do better? So that's the great thing about the productive aspect of farmers is they're lifelong learners. They're always looking to get better, and you won't hear them say we've always done it this way. They're looking for the next best thing to make a better product, a safer product for the public to consume.
And as peanut producers sweat through another scorching summer, things are also heating up in Washington, D.C. With the presidential election just 3 months away and talks of a new farm bill apparently at a standstill, many producers are left wondering how to navigate this time of uncertainty.
We're in tough times. We are in tough times. The input costs are too high for us to keep going with the sales price that we're getting out of our commodities. And, peanuts are relatively better, but peanuts is a crop that really relies upon good rotations to continue to make good yields. And if we push that rotation, and some folks are doing it, they don't have a choice. It is of concern when you hear a grower say, I'm not concerned about next year if I don't make it through this year good. The rotation issues. Rotation's not important if he's not going to be farming.
Our strongest advocates in the Congress for farm states, they do get it, they understand it, they're not in a majority, and they are working hard to educate others. But we got to figure it out soon because, as you know, we'll slide quickly into that first and second quarter of 25, and these guys will have to be getting money for the 25 crop year to farm, and it will be very difficult.
The production ag spending is only about 10% of total farm bill spending. If you do what they insist on doing, it leaves absolutely nothing for crop insurance and ARC and PLC and the other risk mitigation tools that our farmers need to actually grow the food that we all depend on. I mean, we're used to in America walking into a gas station or a grocery store and being able to buy some groceries. Well, those groceries come from the farm.
So that's the big thing that we have. How do we keep them?
So it's really important to the peanut industry. There are a lot of exciting things going on.
This year's conference didn't just focus on input costs, market prices, and politics. Another big concern, the fact that Georgia is losing more and more extension agents, not to mention the delay in filling those positions once they do leave. It's an issue Sonny Perdue, now the chancellor for Georgia's university system, acknowledged.
That is always a tough issue. Obviously, we've had probably at some time more of a deficit of county agents than we have right currently, but that nonetheless, we still lack some. And I think one of the best suggestions we heard in there this morning was to kind of grow your own. Pick out these young people with an affinity and a heartbeat for agriculture in your communities in the 10th, 11th, 12th grade that may not have the opportunity to go for farming or the capital to start farming, and help support their college education through scholarships, internships, and then with a commitment to come back to that county as a county agent. They would know the people, they'd know the culture of the county, they'd know the crops, and I think that was a great suggestion.
There's a lot of good going on, and I'm more focused on the good, I guess, but I also recognize, hey, there's some work to be done. Just like on each and every one of our farms, you know, we might have been successful with this and that and the other, but there's always room for improvement, right?
And as the conference drew to a close, each attendee, like Donald, left with a renewed sense of purpose, eager to implement the knowledge and ideas exchanged with their peers. In Savannah, for the Farm Monitor, I'm Ray DeLesio.